shared, I'm perfectly willing to either lead that session, but if we have somebody else on board that can do that, that would be great. I would just like an opportunity to talk to them before we get started, just to kind of outline some outcomes that I think we need to talk about, and then ask you as council members as well to put some time and thought into what kind of an outcome you would like to see from the strategic planning process. Do a little homework yourself so that when we hold the session, you're not just meeting the needs that I think you need to meet, but I'm meeting your needs. So if you're telling me that you specifically want to see some things come out of that, or if you're just open-minded and don't care and whatever comes out is going to be great, we can do that too. But if you have some thoughts, I would certainly appreciate that. We'll make sure we're incorporated into the event.
I will put you in touch with the facilitator that I mentioned.
Excellent, thank you.
He was very interested in visiting about that.
Good. I think it's a great step, and it's something that we should seriously consider doing on an annual basis to make sure that everybody knows where we're going, staff knows how best to support you, and the community understands the direction that the council's moving forward in, and I'm sure we'll receive their input as well and make those adjustments as needed.
And the EDA had talked about doing that also, and then we're waiting for the administrator to come on board. Is this something you're going to do as council and EDA together, or do two individual sessions?
I think Steve had a great idea when we visited about this on Sunday, and want to just share that with you a little bit?
Yes, council member. Basically, what I would recommend is that the council meets first, so I can have a good overall sense. Then what I would like to do is conduct a mini sessions like this with many of the boards. We may not need to do it with all of them, but make that available to them, and then gain their input. And that'll help me to make an assessment of if there's any disconnects, making sure that everybody's lined up and we're kind of pulling in the same direction. And if there aren't, maybe a joint session would be necessary. My sense is there probably will be a few things we'll need to tweak, but by and large we should be moving in the same direction. Then if we're not, then we can address those at that time. And then I would like to do the same thing with the staff. But it's important for me, and it's critical for all of us to know where's the council at, where does the council expect the city to go, because all these boards and commissions really are there to help provide you with guidance, and then for them to also understand, so they're moving in the right direction. Is that good? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Good. Mm-hmm.
Any other questions?
Do I have to get used to doing 11 April? I mean, military dates all the time now?
No.
Yeah, I just noticed that right away.
Just don't do the military time. I just don't like that.
that might mess me up, but I'll work on that.
Okay, I'm just wondering.
Did I say that?
You did. You said 11 April.
Okay. Just keep kicking me under the table. I'll get it. April 11th.
Anything else for our new administrator?
Do you want a motion to do the hiring and then contingent upon the final contract language or something, so we get it officially on the books?
Any commentary?
I think you should memorialize the agreement that you have on the base salary and the step when that would occur, and anything that you talked about. Memorialize that now, and we'll finalize an agreement.
You're talking about step 10, lane 6, specifically in the motion.
Grade 10, step 6. Yeah, grade and step.
Right. And then your discussion about a review in 6 months?
Yeah.
Then our annual, is annual based upon the employee's date of hire, or is it annualized for everybody? I know my wife's going to ask me, when's the year?
Oh, you could get a step on your anniversary, but then it depends if there's cost of living increases ever, that happens in January.
Okay.
Do you have a motion?
I'll move that we set that process in motion, as stated by Mr. Chiglo.
At grade 10, lane, or level 6 for the first 6 months with a review
Right.
at that time.
Start date of April 12th.
Not 12 April.
Got the motion, we got a second?
I'll second it.
Motion by Mr. Dahl, second by Mr. Bunky. Any other comment?
Welcome aboard. Let's get it done.
Thank you very much for showing your faith in me, and
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And the motion passes. Welcome aboard, Mr. Sarvey.
thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks for coming down.
You got anything else for me?
Safe
Drive
trip back.
safe. Yeah.
Drive safely, please, drive safe.
Good meeting. Yes, I'll be very safe. And slow.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's go on to 5A2. A2, Notice of Strategic Planning Workshop for the Historic Bluff Country National Scenic Byway, Minnesota Highway 16, March 29th, 30th. Facilitated by Wayne Ganaway, Byway Specialist. Session at the Historic Bluff Country Office in Harmony.
Who was invited, Kathy?
Anybody, any and all.
One or two representatives, so that's what it says.
Yeah,
I mean, if you get too large a group in a strategic plan, it doesn't work.
I think, the chamber is sending one. Right?
That would be tomorrow.
Yes, it would.
Yeah, I was in touch with Terry Benson about this because I knew I couldn't make it from work. So I gave her some feedback as a representative of Trails and Tourism. And I also visited briefly with Christina Nolte, just to let her know a little bit about what the plans are for that organization in the Rushford area. So hopefully the Rushford representative will be vocal. I had suggested somebody from the branding committee maybe be able to make it, but I don't know what Terry Benson was able to put together.
Anybody else? Let's move on to 5. Anything?
Nope.
Okay. Move on to 5B, brochures and 2011 legislative agenda information from Parks and Trails Council of Minnesota.
And that is just information from Terry. She had gone up to the legislative conference with area legislators and was with the contingent of Parks and Trails people, and so she just picked up a few extra brochures to share with you guys.